How did you feel just about how you guys did today?
I thought our guys competed really hard. Tough back-to-back, playing against a great team. Thought we really gave a great effort. The game slipped away from us in the fourth. They scored 46 points and felt like we had, decent control of the game defensively until that fourth, and then they got loose. But I'm really proud of the effort, and guys really fought.
Was that your defense faltering in the fourth, or was it Giannis? It looked like a few plays Giannis just sort of asserted his will.
Yeah, there were a couple breakdowns. I thought the key was Chris Middleton got going, and when he got hot during that stretch, that helped Giannis get free because we had to pay so much attention to Chris. And there was a rebound off a free throw. That was a huge play. I think it turned into a 4-point play. A couple plays where we wanted to double Giannis, and he went to the rim before we could get there. But they, give them credit. They played a great fourth quarter.
For the first three quarters, though, and especially in the second quarter, you limited them to like 20-something, like low in the 20s for points. What was the biggest change that you saw defensively compared to the past couple games?
Just how hard the guys were playing, and that's all we've talked about is the last few days. Is we clearly lost our belief and our spirit, our edge, whatever you want to call it, for those last two home games of our homestand, and it was embarrassing for all of us. And I think the last few days, that's what we've talked about. Our guys have played really hard the last two nights, and that's the standard that has been set here for a long time. And as long as we play that hard, I'm good with whatever the results are. I think we'll give ourselves a chance to win every night when we compete like that.
We talked about Brandon being back in his hometown. How do you think he played tonight?
Brandon was fantastic. Yeah, without Steph, obviously we needed his offense, and he came through in a big way. He's a really crafty player. He knows how to get to the rim. He's got that Euro step. He just has a feel and a knack. He had 10 rebounds, I think. It's one of the things we love about him. He just seems to be a step ahead of the play all the time.
Seems like Jonathan has games where he's really locked in, others where he kind of just fades.
Mm-hmm.
And he obviously was very locked in last night.
Mm-hmm.
Looked early tonight like he might be fading, but then he snapped back to life. Did you any sense of what got him rolling a little bit?
Yeah, I mean, that's kind of how it is with young players. It's a little up and down, and I thought J.K. really stayed with it after the slow start, and he did a really good job of attacking, getting downhill, and he had a big scoring night, and he continues to grow. So he's doing a great job.
Where have you seen his growth just as a scorer, kind of, as ISO scorer?
Yeah, I think he's feeling the spots to attack. It's he's starting to understand spacing and feel where the defense is. He's not dribbling into traffic. It had no turnovers tonight. Just felt like he attacked when he should have and moved the ball on when that was the right play.
We have talked plenty about what he gives you athletically and at the rim, diving. But what do you think he could maybe give this team as it kind of reforms, just as that secondary scorer at times, give him the ball, let him go create? What do you think he can give this team? Maybe more in that role.
Yeah, I mean that's obviously a huge component to what he can give to us is the scoring and getting some easy baskets at the rim, and so we're really showing him clips every day, trying to get him to get to the rim, especially without the ball. He wants to attack, which is great, but we're trying to get him to understand is if he gets to the dunker spot, finishes his cuts rather than staying at the foul line area. It improves our spacing, and he's probably going to pick off 2 or 3 buckets a game just getting to the dunker, following, going to the offensive glass and running to that spot either in transition or after setting a screen. And his tendency now is to kind of linger on the perimeter. I want him at the rim. He's one of the best in the league finishing when he gets the ball in the paint. And so we're going to keep pushing him in that direction.
What stands out to you about how Wiggins has played over these last 2 games especially?
J.K.? Wiggins, yeah. And it wasn't his best night tonight, but I like having him back in the starting lineup. His on-ball defense is really good. He plays so hard. He didn't get shots to go down tonight, but I loved his game last night, and I just think it's important for him to stay aggressive, and we need his defense especially, but his scoring is obviously something that he's been really consistent with in the past, and hopefully he'll get there.
Quinones, you used a little bit tonight. It seemed like he gave you a little bit
Yeah.
of boost, Lester. Obviously he's a two-way guy that you're not going to be able to use that much. But what do you think of where he's gotten to?
I like Lester. He's got some pop athletically. He can get by people. He's unafraid. I thought he did a really nice job. He was a +9 in his 17 and a half minutes. He's a great kid. He brings really good spirit and energy to the team. Everybody loves him. And like I said, he's not afraid. He can, he can attack and get to the rim, and he's a good shooter as well. So Lester did a nice job tonight.
You talked about the defense in the fourth quarter. Step back and look at these last two games. Do you feel like you made some progress there? That was obviously the big issue the last few games of the homestand.
Yeah.
The first half last night.
Yeah.
Do you feel like it's taken a step forward, or is it hard?
I think so. No, I think the first step is just playing harder, and I think the last two nights our guys have really played hard and competed, the whole way through, and that's non-negotiable. And I said it yesterday. Our fans booed us for a reason in the New Orleans game and the Toronto game. We did not compete, and so we've gotten back to that, which is the standard, and now we've got to improve just in the margins.
I kind of asked you this in the hallway last night about Draymond just being out on the bench, but he is, like, even tonight he was up talking to Kenny when after maybe a defensive breakdown happened, or he's yelling at guys, hey, do this, do that. How much do you think just having Draymond's eyes and his voice on the bench have helped bring that energy, especially on defense? Yeah,
Draymond's a huge help on the bench. He talks to guys during timeouts, during the game. He's got a great sense of the game and personnel. He was talking to JK about, how to guard certain guys, which direction to send them. So Draymond is a huge help, and I look forward to getting him back on the floor.
You said pregame there's a chance, Memphis or Utah. Is that something you lobby for, or do you just let Rick come to you?
No, Rick will tell us when he gets to play. So there's a chance it's Memphis, and if not, I'm hoping for Utah.
And no question, Steph comes back from Memphis?
Yeah, Steph will be back. Thanks.
Thanks.
There's a chance.